Hi, Arlene. It's Dan here from MomentumNRGFitness. I just want to introduce my client, Arlene. She started on the program 4 weeks ago, and she's been super motivated. Well, I'm hoping so. Okay, so I just really want to talk about, Arlene, just ask you a few questions about the kind of things you were struggling before coming on the transformation plan with me.
Well, I think we've had quite a number of tearful conversations. For me, it was knowing that I should have a better, healthier lifestyle, being more active, because by physically being more active, it helps me mentally. I've got quite a busy life, quite a busy job. And before I came on the program, I knew what I should be doing. I just couldn't find the motivation. And so it was having quite a negative effect on me. So I was, instead of going, right, I need to get this sorted, I was a bit more like going, what's the point? And it's sort of a bit of a downward spiral. So I needed this to get me the focus to actually take control.
Okay, so tell me about the impacts then that this was having on you in terms of the lack of focus, the lack of structure. You weren't really exercising, you didn't have a plan. You weren't really eating the right foods, etc. Tell me what impact this was having on your performance.
Well, essentially, I would make any excuse to be sure that I didn't have to exercise. And when I was reaching for the bottle of wine, it was like, well, there's no point in not drinking alcohol. And I know it's not good for me, and I know it's very calorific, but there's no point because I'm not exercising. So, you know. So all of that was having quite a detrimental impact on my mental health, and it was making me feel self-conscious about the job that I do. I have to stand up in front of people, a lot of the time, and I wasn't happy with the way I looked. I felt sluggish, overweight. Mentally, I wasn't very positive. And I have to be in my job, and I can do that in my job, but in my personal life, I just felt I was lacking that. So I needed something to help me with that. And it's amazing the difference in just becoming more focused and having you nagging me.
Great.
And just reminding me to send me that diary. What are you doing? This is great. Keep it going. Just having that point of contact just makes me organized, makes me want to do it. And I need to do it for myself. I know that. But you're that support. You're that person that is just there. You're there on my shoulder going,
nagging every day.
What have you done today? Do you really need that glass of wine? So you're just like my little conscious monkey there.
Excellent.
So I mean, mentally, I'm feeling a lot more positive, and whereas before it was, I think, at crisis point, actually, if I'm being honest.
Okay. So tell me what you've maybe tried before then, and why that hasn't worked. What had you tried before? Kind of talking to me and getting on board this program.
What have I tried before? Usual diets, that kind of thing. I'm terrible at denying myself anything, because if I say, right, I'm not allowed to eat that, or I'm not allowed to have that, then that's all I focus on. I focus on the stuff I'm not allowed, and it becomes, this overwhelming, I can't do it. And then, of course, then the diet goes, and then the health thing goes, and I can't be bothered exercising. There's no point because I can't do the diet. And it's just this spiral. We get ourselves caught up in this. So I've sort of tried that, and then also trying to go to the gym regularly. And if I'm not meeting somebody or have a focus, I then will come up with a reason not to go. It's dark, or it's raining, or I can't be bothered taking my clothes off to get into my gym stuff. You know what I mean? It's just anything. I will come up with any reason not to do it. Whereas if I have to send you my exercise diary at the end of the day, then that's good.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how long had you been struggling for then? How long had you been struggling for with, you kind of mentioned that you were lacking focus, that it was affecting your performance and how you feel, your mental health, your body confidence, etc. How long had you been struggling with that for?
If I'm being honest, I've struggled with it for a long time. There's a bravado there, and I can just get on and la 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 la, and all of this, and that's what I have to do in my job. But you know, these nobody really knows what's going on in your head, you know, and I kind of getting older. I'm sort of 52 now, so you know, it used to be when I was in my 30s, I could just stop eating bread for 3 days and I'd lose half a stone, you know. Sadly, it's not like that now.
Brilliant.
So I know. So now I'm aware that it's not really about diet. Well, it is, but it's more about the activity and also, you know, just being mobile. I just find, you know, when you have to, I mean, this is true. I would have to stand up at one point in stages, you know, so I'd sort of go like that. That's the first stage. And then I'd sort of get the hip flexors and, oh, there we go, I'm up. So actually being able to stand from a seated position in one fluid movement is a good thing. So I am just aware that as I get older, internally my body's doing all sorts of stuff at the moment, and I'm trying to balance that out. So exercise and a healthy balance of food, nutrition, everything is good for me. It's positive for me. So.
Excellent. So tell me then, what's been different about this program then? What's been different about us in terms of what Momentum NRG Fitness does, and in terms of what has that done for you? What's been different, to what you've done before?
I think it's different because we're talking through a lot of stuff. You know, you said an interesting thing before I started. You know, you can do personal training in a gym and you pay the money and you have a really good session and all the rest of it, and you say, right, that's brilliant, keep the focus and we'll see you next week. Of course, then you're going past the chippy on the way home, and then you don't do anything for another 5 days. You know, so what's good about this is getting into that habit. I think that's the most difficult thing, is getting into a positive habit of doing something every day. Just if it's a walk, getting out into the fresh air and just getting yourself moving, and it makes me feel so much better, so much sort of more positive about stuff, you know. So if I'm stressed at work, you know, just getting out and just thinking through things whilst really getting the body moving, it makes a massive difference. And I wouldn't do that, and I will now, but I wouldn't have done it before on my own. I don't have a dog. What's the point in going for a walk? If I had something to walk, I might do it. But actually, I see the positive benefits of doing something like that. And also you dispelling myths about certain food types, and, you know, actually reinforcing the fact that this is not a diet, this is a lifestyle change, and that's what's important. So I think it's just having the contact every day with you, and those little messages. If I went away to Bucharest for a few days, and then it was radio silence. There was nothing. So I can't even tell you what's going on, you know, and what I'm drinking and all the rest of it. So we're very good at lying to ourselves. I find it difficult lying to you, though, and that's the difference.
Good. So tell me about the results you've achieved then. What's changed for you? You know, what have you learned so far on the program? What's changed? What's been the biggest change for you, for Arlene?
Little and often is a big change. So on everything. So exercise every day, something every day. And, you know, sometimes if I can't make the gym, which we've scheduled in, I'll go for a walk, or I'll do something else that I can fit into my day, and just let you know about it. And then I'll sort of switch things around. And also the same with food. So actually having the 5-point food in my day, because I start very early in the morning and I go to bed quite early at night. So my meal times are all over the place. So I'm still trying to tie in with what normal people, their sort of food times, but that doesn't work for me. So I've just sort of made sure that I'm now trying to have sort of snacks, little snacks, healthy things, you know, in between sort of main meals, and just thinking more about what I'm putting in my body, you know. I have the odd treat, you know, I do, Dan. But I'm not torturing myself over that, because I think sometimes you have to have something nice or something that you really fancy. Yeah. But I think generally my view is just don't reach for the bag of crisps because they're there. You know, there's other options.
So in terms of your results then, in terms of your physical change then,
yeah,
how do you feel in terms of physically fitter?
Yeah.
feeling changing shape? Are you losing weight? Have you lost anything? Have you?
I am. I mean, I had a 2-week bit where I was quite unwell, so that probably didn't help. But the weight is going the right way, and my body shape is changing. My sort of problem area is, up top, it's fine. From the sort of thighs down, it's ace. But then there's that bit in the middle, that bit there, and sort of 2 children, having an appendix taken out when I was 13. Oh, it's just like a burst couch down there. It's not Penny Bonnie. But it's getting less of a burst couch now. So that's good.
Perfect.
So, and I just feel better. A lot of my stuff is bigger, feels comfier, my clothes are. So that, and I've just bought a whole pile of sort of sparkly dresses for the party season for the job that I do. And I just feel better in them, so it's getting the right way. It's not, I'm not starving myself. It's just the combination of the exercise and just having a better focus is good. Yeah,
and we're only early days into the program as well.
I know.
We're moving into kind of week 4 really, so this is early. It's
Christmas
the beginning of the. Exactly. We've got the Momentum NRG and it's flying. You're absolutely on fire just now. So what would you say to anybody that's kind of like on the fence? It's like, you mentioned your Christmas and getting into your dresses and stuff and feeling better, feeling more confident, looking forward to these events now. What would you say to anybody else right now?
I would say that probably we have this terrible habit of we pay money for other things, but we don't invest in our health. And I've done it, I would pay for my children to do lots of things, but I don't invest in my own health. And I think you need to do this for you. If you want to have a long and happy life, to spend it with your family and do great things and make memories and all of that, you've got to have the health for it. You've got to have the positive mental attitude. And now's the time to do it. Because I almost, and this, because I said, well, it's going over Christmas, it's maybe not the right time, maybe we'll do it in the new year. And as a friend said, this is the best time to do it, because you can go through Christmas and enjoy it, but actually you're seeing it with new eyes. You're kind of going, I don't need to stuff my face in an entire box of chocolates. Have a couple of chocolates, fine. You don't need to drink your body weight in Prosecco. Which I would have done last year.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to, because I'm feeling better about myself. I look better. I just positively, have a better attitude, and I don't want to lose that. So I want to keep focused. So invest in yourself. That's what I would say. It's worth it. If you're having doubts about anything, if you're feeling low about yourself, self-esteem, if you just need to get that activity there, it's having the support, it's having that little cheeky monkey who's there, just making sure that you're getting into healthy habits. And then once you're there, hopefully you'll be able to maintain it.
Brilliant,
so,
Arlene.
do it.
Exactly, get the momentum going and go for it. So in terms of, you like the daily submit and having to submit your food, your exercise, the daily feedback that you're getting. That's are really influential for you. We're going through the different presentations every week on how we can continue to move forward. We're planning your week ahead, the time management part. Do you feel that helps?
That's a massive game changer for me, is actually sitting down, because I'm doing it for food as well. So today I'm going to go and just sort of work out what I'm going to have throughout the week. So the little snacks and things, make sure I've got, carrots and hummus, or just the nuts or grapes or whatever. So make sure that I've got, because the main meals I'm okay with. I've got stuff that I can kind of cook stir fries and things, but it's the wee snacky things that I don't have. And I know it's important to keep that balance. And when it comes to exercise, actually planning it in means that I will do it. So it's more of a focus in my day. So what I've learned last week with the dark nights and the miserable weather is, if I don't get out and enjoy the fresh air, by the time it gets dark, can't be bothered. So I need to make sure that that's my focus. So schedule in a walk in daytime so that I actually get the exercise and the fresh air. and the all-important vitamin D. And, you know, so it's just really helpful having, like, that's what I'm doing then, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you just tick it off, and it's great.
Brilliant. So all the kind of key pillars, the 4 pillars to success I talk about is the kind of initial health MOT, which we went over, doing the measurements, doing the regular measuring and progress pictures, etc., stats. Then you've got your nutrition, your daily responsive dieting. Then you've got your number 3, which is your exercise planning. We're progressing it every week as well, so we're making it harder. You went this week. You went from 15 to 18. Now you're doing 21 reps a day, so you're progressing it week on week, every single week. And then the final part was the mindset mastery, the chats and the time management. They're all key to your progress, and you're enjoying it. You're having fun, and we're going to step up to the next level. Yeah.
Good.
Have you got any other questions you'd like to ask me?
No. Could I have a glass of wine today?
No.